West Coast trip coming up. This is a different Dodger team than the one that played at Yankee Stadium about a month ago. How good are they?
They're really good. They're swinging the bats. They're pitching well. This was a team that started to turn around when we saw them the first time, and they've been extremely hot. And they're scoring a lot of runs. So our pitchers are going to have their work cut out for them.
As a player in the National League, did you like playing the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, I enjoyed going there. Obviously, the weather's gorgeous, usually. And I enjoyed going there, and there's a lot of history there. And see Vin Scully, and that's always neat.
All right, what do you know about the Padres? The Padres have struggled just a bit.
Well, the Padres are a young team. They have some really good young players. Chase Headley, an MVP candidate last year for them at third base. So, I mean, they're young, they're hungry, and a lot of players trying to prove themselves.
West Coast take something out of a team?
You know, we have some off days that will probably help in that situation, but it's, you know, going to Texas, getting in at 6:30 in the morning, playing there 4 days, coming back home for 3 days, and going back out west. You would have rather just stayed out west, but that wasn't our schedule.
Yeah, because you're in Texas, you're halfway there.
Yeah, more than half.
And more than halfway there. Is this we have to start winning time for the Yankees?
Yes, I believe so. We're getting to the point where we have to start winning games, and you know, because the teams are starting to separate themselves from us. All the teams are, and you know, we just came off a road trip of playing Boston, Texas, two teams that we were chasing, in a sense, for the division and the wild card, and we didn't really make up any ground. And facing Tampa over the weekend, we didn't make up any ground, and we need to start doing that.
All right, now you mentioned Texas, and in Texas, it's the last time Mo will be in Texas unless the two teams meet in the playoffs, and they gave him a very, very nice parting gift on the last day. And one of the guys that was part of the ceremony was Joe Nathan. He actually picked up the save in the All-Star game after Mariano Rivera pitched the 8th inning, and Meredith caught up with Joe Nathan to talk about Mo.
So just talk a little bit about what Mariano Rivera has meant to the game of baseball.
You know, I think, you know, more than what he means on the field, and I think what more guys should represent, more guys should go about their business the way he does on the field, but I think also just how he is as a person off the field too. Treats everybody with respect. Just shows what he does when he comes to road ballparks and talks with employees of each stadium. It just shows you what kind of guy he is, and you know, how he treats everybody. And I think if we had more people like him, I think this world would be a better place.
You were obviously with him at the All-Star game. The way he's respected around Major League Baseball, is that amazing in a sense, to see the way people embrace him?
Well, I like the fact that, you know, people like what they see about him. You know, I just wish people would kind of take it to heart and you know, act the way he does. You know, I think some people get caught up in some kind of moments, and you know, I know everybody needs to do their own thing, and that's how, you know, some people are successful by doing it their way. But you know, the way Mariano goes about it is just treating everybody with respect, whether it's his family, whether it's somebody he just met, his opponents, his teammates. So for me, that's the way to go about it, and I've always respected him for that.
What was that moment like at Citi Field when his name was announced and everybody stood and watched him run to the mound?
Kind of cool, you know. I think that's why, you know, everybody was probably hoping it was the 9th inning, but we wanted to make sure, and Mr. Leland wanted to make sure it was a guarantee that he would have that moment. So we had to do it in the 8th, and you know, fortunately for me, it gave me a chance to get out there in the 9th and have a moment with him, giving me a chance to give him the game ball afterward, which was pretty cool.
Was there any doubt in your mind you were giving him that game ball?
First, I had to make sure we had a game ball, and then after that, you know, coming through the line, it was definitely a no-doubter for me to hand it over to him.
And he actually said some really kind words about you back in 2004. How much did that stick with you, and how much did you remember that?
Well, there's certain moments in your career that you remember very clearly, and I remember my first All-Star game and media coming over and saying, Mariano just told us that you were a guy he thinks could do things for a long time, and that stuck with me, and that was just a huge honor for him to say that, and like I said, something that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
All right, thanks, Meredith. Also part of that ceremony was John Wetteland. You were there in '96 when Wetteland was the closer and Mo was pitching the 7th and the 8th inning. How much did Wetteland mean to what Rivera has become?
I think he helped him a lot, because I think he taught him his responsibility to the bullpen. John was in charge of the bullpen, and I got a firsthand idea of what you're supposed to do as a closer by watching John. I'd really never seen that, how you take charge of a bullpen. And I think Mo has done a tremendous job. He's done it in a different way, but I think they both were great teachers of how you're supposed to go about your business.
Now, honestly, do you think ever in his life Mo will ever wear that cowboy hat and cowboy boots that they gave him?
I think Mo has talked about wanting to get the cowboy boots signed, possibly, by Mr. Nolan Ryan. Right. And if that's the case, I don't think that he would wear them. I told him he should wear them. I think he'll put the hat on. We saw him put it on once, and he looked pretty good.
He did look, and it was over the Yankee hat.
That's right.
Pretty neat.